Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the stream. It is 7 p.m. It is March 4th, and today we've got some Alpha 40 action going on today. Joining me today here, right next to me, it's Drew. Hi.
Hey now.
And we'll be doing some commentary today for the Alpha 40 Monthly League Finals. This is the finals for January.
In March. That's how we roll.
Yeah, there you go. So, please, if you haven't already, don't forget to follow. You can join me each and every week for my regularly scheduled stream. I play 3 rounds of old school Magic with the Northern Paladins as part of the Tuesday Night Gauntlet every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. So don't forget to follow, turn on those notifications so that you know when I go live. And streaming again tomorrow night, I will be bringing you the finals of the Neos Monthly League. That is at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. And this will be the first time that I'll have the Neos League on my stream, so I'm happy to bring that with everything as well. They play with Atlantic rules with a twist every single month. This month it is 2 strip mines. So,
2 strip mines.
2 strip mines. So that'll definitely be something cool.
Who's playing in that? Do you know?
I don't remember the players' names.
Okay.
So, if you want some more information regarding Paladin Magic, Tuesday Night Gauntlet, and the Alpha 40 League, go over to northernpaladins.com. All kinds of info there.
Proxy friendly.
Yeah, very, except for the Alpha 40 League. All right, so here we are. We've got Angelo and Valerio who are playing tonight for the finals in the Alpha 40 League. And these are the 2 decks. Angelo's on the left with mono red. Valerio is on the right with red and white.
These are 2 very disgusting decks. Yeah. I mean, disgusting in a good way.
Yeah. So, Nastier Nate, hey, how's it going? I'm glad that you are here. This is gonna be. I'm gonna hope that this is gonna be a decent matchup, but we're not sure exactly how long it's going to take. Now, because
looks like it's going to be explosive.
It should be.
Yeah.
Because I was on vacation, this was pre-recorded last weekend, and we will be watching it with you for the first time. So, with that, we are going to.
I have to
the games.
search for dice.
We'll, turn this down just a little bit. They're deciding as to what's going on with play and draw.
So I have not seen this.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea who won. It has been all kept under wraps. So yeah, it should be interesting.
The only reason that I have already seen it is because I had to watch it for technical reasons for the stream. but I will not give any indication as to who was the winnest.
I love that playmat, that vampire playmat. That is so cool.
Yeah, that is definitely so sweet. It's 2016 Anson Maddox, right?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, yeah. I don't know if it was him who made the playmat, but...
Yeah, it is. It is, yeah. So,
must have been a special release. Yeah, no, that's really neat.
Anson likes to do some special release playmats, and he also likes to do one-offs, which is kind of cool, so...
Alright, so I believe this is Valeria's first time making the finals, which is pretty nice.
I think he's made a finals before? I don't recall. I don't know. I saw a list.
Wait, what just happened here? Oh, I see what he's doing. Okay, so he's going to take a mana burn, drop of ice. Seems good.
Yeah. I heard that Black Vice was good. We saw it yesterday doing a lot of legwork. So.
Fascinating 83 says, if I owned graded alpha, I'd crack them to play in this league. Well, that is pretty cool. Yeah, and some people do that, actually.
Some people do that.
But one of the neat things about league rules is you don't actually have to have power to play, and play at a halfway decent level.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a requirement. You don't have to have power to win.
Right. Oh, sorry. Yeah, there are a lot of people who play without power. You'll see that Soul Ring sees more play than the Moxen do, and you rarely ever see a Lotus.
Yeah, a couple times, but yeah. It's all due to the kind of the elegance of how the deck building rules were designed.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's a card we're gonna bring it up on the stream. Is this Copper Tablet? So,
yes.
Got it ready and raring to go here. All right. So, because of the wording, Copper Tablet does 1 damage to each player during his or her upkeep.
Correct.
It has been ruled that it does 1 damage to both players each upkeep.
Each upkeep. It's a controversial decision.
Yep.
For those who are watching, yes, we do know that that is not the way it works. That is not the way it was probably meant to work. But when we make these rules interpretations and these rulings, we tend to try and take let's take off our hindsight, 2020 glasses, and try and determine how may have it been interpreted in 1993 at the time.
Right.
And then based on the possible interpretations from there, we'll select one that we want to, adopt for the format to keep things interesting.
Bruins, thank you for gifting a sub to Peter. I appreciate it. Bruins545 is a staunch supporter of my stream. I'm glad that you are here. He's gifted 18 subs to this channel so far.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So thank you, Bruins,
Very nice.
for another one. I will add it to the list because I still have not caught up from when I was away.
So Peter's saying that Valeria won the league before. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was earlier on before we were doing streams, perhaps.
It had to have been before streams. The only reason that I remembered his name was there was a list of people who had won.
Keeps the Hall of Heroes.
Yeah, yeah, and I had seen that list before. So, yeah, Bruins is the MVP, definitely so, and I am glad to have him in the stream. I've played against him on the stream. We've played off stream, and we've just done some general BSing as well. And he's just an all-around good dude. And then from time to time, his better half, LeBrooks, will join the stream as well. So
we're getting all kinds of fireworks here. I see a bunch of disenchants were played by Valerio.
He played 3 disenchants.
Dismantled Angelo's board state.
Yeah.
He's got a Sarah out. He's got an Icy out. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's just dominating. And now Angelo just dropped Power Surge. Power Surge is one of my personal favorites. It's a fantastic card.
It is definitely a fun card. Yeah. Let's see if I can bring up Power Surge as well. Now that we don't need to see Copper Tablet anymore.
But yeah, I say Copper Tablet's a bit controversial because there are fans of it on both sides of the table. So it is possible at some point in the future we may reevaluate that, but for now it's each player takes a damage on every single upkeep. So as it goes back and forth, basically it equates to a damage on your turn and a damage on their turn, so 2 damage per turn.
Mm-hmm.
In essence.
Yes, Old School Guard is definitely an MVP too. So I'm bringing up the alpha version of the card because cards are played as written in Alpha 40. And obviously if there is an issue where a ruling needs to be made or whatnot, they have some lengthy documentation as to what it is.
This one does have some clarification to it because the way it's strictly worded makes it actually unplayable.
Yeah. And then we'll wrap that up. So that's game number 1 that goes to Valerio. I mean, there wasn't a lot that Angelo was doing there. Valerio, got rid of all of his stuff, and then
that was wild. 3 disenchants, boom, boom, boom.
3 disenchants, and then that Sarah Angel. So, but let's take a look at these decks again while they're shuffling up for the next game. He's running 4 disenchants, 3 Swords of Plowshares, and a balance. So 4 disenchants in a 60 card deck is really good.
Yes.
When you have 4 disenchants in a 40 card deck, then it makes it that much better.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You definitely increase your chances. And then there have been players who've talked about making sure that they have Channel and Fireball in their green and red decks, because while you can only play with the 1 channel, the fact that the odds are so much higher to get a Channel Fireball combo off in Alpha 40 because of fewer cards. So.
Right. Hey, what do you suppose is up with that little Tundra there in Valerio's deck?
I don't know, and because of the fact that this was recorded, I don't, I didn't have the.
I mean, maybe he just wanted to play because he had it.
Maybe he did want to play it because he had it, and maybe he just, thought that it was kind of nifty. Maybe he wanted to throw off his opponents and let them think that, something was going on that isn't going on. So. All right, so they're doing the 3 piles, which is pretty standard for online because you can't reach over and cut.
Nasty or Nate says, before playing in the league, I wouldn't have believed how much better Disenchant is than Terror.
Yeah, because you have Disenchant and you've got Disc, obviously,
Shatter.
And Shatter to deal with.
But the fact that Disenchant does the two effects,
yeah,
is just so good.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Angelo starts. I still can't get over the fact that you get to play and draw. I mean, I played Magic back in the mid '90s when you got to do that, and it was pretty brutal. I also had to play.
It can be, but it doesn't always win you the game, though.
Right.
It's not like a surefire thing.
Oh, definitely not. But it's a hell of an advantage. And then I've also played with the No Land, All Land mulligan, which had to change after Alliances came out because the Alliances lands added more lands that you couldn't play unless you had another land on the table. So.
Right. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
I mean, at least
I think the play first, draw first only works because of the All Land, No Land mulligan.
Yeah.
Keeps it fair.
All right. So
versus saying like using like a London mulligan or a Paris mulligan or any other kind of mulligan.
Right. Vancouver.
Is there a Vancouver? What was it?
Yeah.
There's a Vancouver.
Vancouver was the one with the scry.
Oh.
Yep.
Yes.
Paris mulligan was the one where you went to one fewer card. Vancouver was one fewer card, but you got to scry.
What happens when they run out of cities?
I mean, it's just based on the Pro Tours, so. But hopefully they won't keep on changing different mulligans.
Yeah.
All right, so Angelo's getting a taste of his own medicine with the Vice there.
Yeah.
But he's slowly taking some damage.
He's got a lot of land, a lot of mana, but he's not playing anything.
Yeah, and Valerio really isn't doing anything. All right, so there's a Mana Flare. And that could end up helping Valerio in the long run.
Mana Flare and a Gauntlet of Might.
And a Gauntlet of Might. Okay. All right, so there's all kinds of extra mana, especially since both players are playing red.
It's brutal.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely going to make things interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah.
I mean, this is classic 1993, 1994
right.
red deck stuff.
Yeah, they're just discussing how the interactions work. So each mountain is going to get tapped for 3 mana, and anything that's a non-mountain will tap for 2.
Right.
So it still works the same way in contemporary Magic or in old school or whatnot. So,
but playing into that, the fact that Valerio is on red, I mean, he basically just handed him a pile of extra mana.
All right, Old School Guard redeemed. Ask me anything. Dear Drew, do you still have alpha cards that you riffle shuffled back in 1993? Sincerely, an interested viewer.
That's a really good question. So it's funny you ask. So when I first started Alpha 40, like the Alpha 40 group and the name and all that, I didn't have that many alpha cards. I was inspired, with the Wizards tournament and some stuff that had come out of that, and it really harkened back nostalgia-wise. One of the cards that I did have that I had kept through my original collection selling was a pretty nice alpha Swords of Plowshares that was signed by Jeff Menges,
Nice.
whom I actually met back in I think late '94. So I met him at a convention, just randomly. I was at this gaming convention, it was a role-playing convention. He had a booth set up. Nobody was talking to him. I mean, here I am, this 15-year-old kid. I went over there. I started, bothering him, asking him questions. He had original art there for sale, like the whole thing. I mean, it was like a couple $100 a piece, too.
Yeah.
It was craziness. And he was the kindest guy. He took this time. He sat with me for like an hour, just like telling me about like stories about making art for the game and his involvement with the game. And so I had my little card box, with me in my bag. That I brought with me to the convention, and I went through and I pulled out every Jeff Menges card I had on me, one of which was this Swords of Plowshares,
Nice.
and he signed it. And so eventually, when I did go to sell my original first collection, which I shouldn't have done, but everybody knows how those stories go, I kept those signed cards, and I kept them all these years.
Nice.
And so when I got an Alpha, I still had that. So that's a pretty special piece.
So Old School Guard has something to say when it comes to getting rid of cards, and I believe that it's a never sell. Never sell.
Well, hindsight's 2020. One of those cards I had in my original collection was an Alpha Black Lotus, as a matter of fact.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So I got to meet Jeff at GloryCon in the before times. A year ago, a little over a year ago, Jeff was there, and I got same thing. He's like really cool guy.
Oh my gosh, he's so down to earth.
And you can have hours long conversations with him and whatnot. And after a while, I contacted him about an artist proof of Divine Offering, and I got Divine Offering artist proofs from him, and he's just a really good dude. He moved from New York to up to, I believe, Connecticut or Maine,
somewhere in the nice rural areas. Yes.
If you're friends with him or follow him on Facebook, he posts pictures of outside his window of the beautiful views. I mean, the winter has been rough, but it looks kind of cool.
But yeah, to this day, I still have all of those cards that he signed for me back when I met him when I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
15 years old.
Speaking of signed Swords to Plowshares, I just picked up a Swords to Plowshares artist proof. It's on its way here. So
very nice. Congratulations.
Yep. 4 and black bordered 4th edition. But I mean, there's still only 50 of them. So
yeah, I mean, I like some of those artist proofs. I definitely do.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of artist proofs. I don't get many of them modified or artwork on the back of them. Jeff did one for me when he had my order for the Divine Offerings. He messaged me with, he said, a deal fell through on a Divine Offering with artwork that he did. He said it's already done. So, yep, drawing on the back. So... I said, heck yeah, I'll take it. So he gave me a good deal on that. Bruin says, speaking of artist proof, I finally found my long search for artist proof Solkanar.
Ooh, that's a big fireball.
Nice, that is awesome.
So what is that, like that's a 19-point fireball?
That is...
Is that 6
It's
mountains?
lethal. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-point fireball when he was at 15.
That is how it's done.
Yep.
I was Sly before Sly. Right.
Mm-hmm. Zeno the Retro Gamer. For those of you guys who don't know, Zeno the Retro Gamer has a channel on YouTube. So if you haven't already checked it out, go ahead on over to that channel. He does old school content there, Alpha 40 content as well. So definitely want to check out Zeno the Retro Gamer. All right, so
Bruin says he found his artist proof of Solkanar at Swamp Camp.
Yeah,
finally.
that is definitely awesome.
Yes, if Zeno's doing Alpha 40 content, he's got my vote.
Yeah. So I don't know if Zeno changed his deck for this month, but I know that last month he was playing with his Plague Rats deck, and it is an absolute blast to watch.
Yes.
You know, so there are a lot of times that his opponents just don't know what to do when there are so many rats out there.
Somebody wants to know if they're doing best of 5.
No,
it should be best
they're
of 3.
not. They are best of 3. And then we'll do a shout out to Entrox. Thank you for joining the stream. Entrox is a fellow streamer, so his link is in the chat right now.
Welcome.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, in the chat there, you see Alpha 40 Peter. He's actually the tournament organizer for the Alpha 40 Monthly League. He's the one who sets up all the pods and does all the brackets and everything. So thank you so much for all your hard work, Peter. We really appreciate it. You do a fantastic job, as always, with that.
And thank you guys for contacting me and allowing me to stream these.
Allowing you. I mean, I would have begged you.
Yeah, I watch a bunch of Xeno streams too, his videos too. So, Entrox, thank you very much for gifting the subs.
So we got a nice live match here, 1-1. 2 very, very powerful decks. Both decks give me a lot of reason to really bring up the topic of Black Vice. I know you said you didn't want to talk about it.
Black Vice isn't as good against these aggressive decks that can empty their hand.
That's true. And that's been the counter argument. And that's why it hasn't been restricted. But there are certain decks, man, where you're playing against 3 Black Vice.
But I mean,
it's rough.
Yeah, it can limit design space for deck construction if you have to worry about.
And when we make these decisions, it's not just about trying to stop things from being too quote unquote powerful. You know, what we try to do is we try to make it so that it's not basically the enjoyment of the other player is not just getting completely waffle stomped. You know, nothing wrong with winning, nothing wrong with having a good powerful deck, but we try to avoid having thieves of joy.
Okay, thank you.
If we can.
I've been on silent for a while. Have we discussed Angelo's sleeves yet? No, we have not discussed Angelo's sleeves yet.
What are his sleeves?
I don't know what those sleeves are. They say universe on them, but I'm not sure what that's all about.
See, no, I'm sure it's probably something he would plug it if this was live.
Yeah, true. Universe Games. Oh, it's your shop. Oh, okay. All right, there we go.
Oh, see, I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to sound really dumb and say the wrong thing.
All right, so Angelo with Soul Ring early on again, and once again met with
Power Surge, turn 2.
A Disenchant. Legion Supplies printed
Legion
them.
Supplies. Okay, so cool. Angelo's shop is Universe Games. Thank you very much for that, Angelo. I never knew that.
Universe Man, size of the entire universe, man.
Nice little 2-point earthquake. I guess he just he's trying to tap
because
out.
That Power Surge is out there.
It definitely presses the action. So Angelo, now we see that you're on here, man. That was some fireball there for that last game.
I play planes.
Yeah, and it was definitely dangerous because of the fact that Valerio was mana screwed, and it could have bitten him in the ass.
Look at the back and forth here we have. He's like Juggernaut, boom, lightning bolt in response.
And that's what's nice about this game here is the fact that it is going back and forth.
Oh yeah, this is like a tennis match.
Yeah. So Fireball for 3. I mean, last night we saw a Fireball for 1. But that's how people played Magic back then, even without a Power Surge on the table. It's like, I got 2 mana and I got a Fireball in my hand.
I can do damage to you.
I'm gonna Fireball you for 1.
It definitely wasn't the level of thinking and strategy that we see nowadays. That's for sure.
All right, 5 mana. What do we got? Another Fireball. Fireball for 4.
And fireballs are unlimited. You can have as many fireballs in your deck as you would like.
Fireball was a common, right?
It's a common.
Yeah.
And it's not limited or otherwise restricted.
Fire.
You can have a whole lot of them. As a matter of fact, Joseph Freshwater tends to run lots of fireballs and disintegrates. I think he has like 8 or 10 or something.
Speaking of disintegrate, there's another one for 5.
That was fast.
And and still got all these. He's showing up that there is some more burn. So let's see what the players are talking about here.
I draw a ton of lands and 2 explosion.
No. Oh wow. Oh wow.
And then I draw something like this.
Yeah, no,
So-
with Power Surge. Oh, and that killed the bolt. I bolted the Juggernaut. That was the play, right? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
My opening hand
Creatureless
wasn't terribly
Burn.
good. It was.
I mean, it's nice to
the
see a
opening
red-white
hand
deck that's
was
not our orchestra
Mountain,
Yeah, definitely.
Fireball,
Yeah,
Surge,
Creatureless
Sword.
Burn.
That
And
was
that-
my
see, and
opening
that's one of the
hand. I
reasons
was
why
like,
when
I
I
guess
was
it's
running
not
Orchestra
bad,
Artillery
that bad,
combo-
but it's real slow against you, right? That's
I was
not
less
what-
With the Soul Ring, no. If the Soul Ring remain in the ground, it's good.
Yeah.
Creatureless, whatever. And
But it is. Well, we
The
both
swords
want to
are
draw
almost dead
Black
cards.
Dice for our first hand.
You
Right?
ran a couple of Jade statues one month and they were just too slow.
Congrats making finals. Second
can see
place
that,
and
so.
is amazing. Very well done.
All right. Well,
I can
congratulations
finally
to
retire this
Angelo.
deck.
I'm glad that you were able to show up for this. And
Congratulations to you.
I believe
Thank
that
you
puts
so
him
much
as
for
what
the-
three-time
it was such a great time
three-time
to meet you.
champion now, right?
And,
Yeah.
I hope to play with you in the future.
Somebody,
somebody's got to do something.
please come and beat him
I'm gonna.
for us all.
Glad to be able to retire the deck. So what Angelo said is that so this is a mono red deck, and he's tried a couple of different times, different variations of mono red
Yes.
to finally win this. And then you guys saw on stream a couple weeks ago when we had all four of us on here that Angelo was playing mono black.
Yeah,
as
he was
well,
Playing mono.
so-
He was playing mono. I thought you were going to bring up the fact that Joe was playing mono red and I was playing a COP red.
I mean,
deck.
I
Still
wasn't.
beat me.
I wasn't going to bring that up, but
Because you're never going to let me live that down.
since you mentioned it, I mean, might as well. So, I appreciate you all being here today. Drew, thank you for joining me as always.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you guys allowing me to have that Iron Star not worth a slot. Yeah, really.
Probably too slow. If you're gaining
Might
life,
be.
you're gaining life, you're
Right.
not dealing damage.
Right. I mean, I guess Iron Star would work with Power Surge, though.
Oh yeah. that's true.
The way that things work with in Alpha 40. So now, again, don't forget to follow. You can join me each and every week. I play my regularly scheduled stream, 3 rounds of Old School Magic every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. I play 3 rounds with the Northern Paladins as part of the Tuesday Night Gauntlet. So don't forget to follow, turn on those notifications so that you know when I go live. And if you want some more information regarding Paladin Magic, the Tuesday Night Gauntlet Alpha 40, you can go over to northernpaladins.com and you can find all kinds of info there, including the rules documentation with the changes to Alpha 40 that have been made that started with the March League, and all kinds of fun stuff there.
If I can just say a quick note about Paladin Magic and the Tuesday Night Gauntlet.
Oh, sure, definitely so.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's casual. Rich plays different decks all the time when he streams it.
Yeah.
And it's just a really great bunch of guys just having it's like showing up at the LGS and just playing games, and it's great. It's a little 3-round little mini event.
I've been playing Paladin Magic for just about 11 months now. I have been streaming for a little over 10 months now. And on Tuesday nights, I have played a different deck. In I don't know. I think I've played 44 different decks in the 46
I've seen
weeks
some
that
really
I've
neat
streamed.
stuff.
So
And one of the greatest things about it is that it's proxy friendly. So if you haven't played old school, or you play old school but you don't have all the dream cards you want to have and you want to try something out that's different and interesting, this is a great environment where you can do
Definitely so. So again, head over to northernpaladins.com for information on that. And they also do a monthly league as well. So if you want to dip your toes in there, Bruins 545, I'm trying for every week. Yes. And then what's nice is that Bruins supports the stream and he gets to play on the stream every once in a while, which is all kinds of awesome. That's definitely a bonus.
Very cool.
There.
Yes.
So tomorrow, join me again at 7 p.m. Eastern. I will have a special guest, and we will be doing commentary for the NEOS Monthly League Finals. New England Old School Group, they host a tournament every single month. A league every single month with 70-plus players, roughly. And the players have agreed to play on stream, on camera. They actually reached out to me, and they're going to play best 3 out of 5. With the Neos Monthly League, what they do is they switch it up every once in a while, and they sometimes will add kind of a wrinkle to things.
Yeah,
so
a slight variation,
yeah,
a slight tweak.
so with February, they use the Atlantic Old School rules and 2 strip mines instead of
Right.
just 1.
Right.
And then for their March League, they're doing reduced casting costs on the legendary creatures from Legends, and they've done all kinds of other things. LeBrooks, Old School Guard, and Bruins, thank you guys all for your support, and Aster Nate as well. You see that they are posting.
Yeah, the Neos League,
Yeah.
it's a really solid league. It's great great competition. I meant to say. And shout out to Jared Duchette. He does a fantastic job with running it and organizing
Absolutely.
it.
And then you see that my friends in chat are posting the Mario semicolon. A semicolon is used when an author could have chosen to end their sentence but chose not to. The author is you and the sentence is your life. That is a quote from the organizer of Project Semicolon. Back when it started several years back. Project Semicolon is a website dedicated to disseminating information regarding mental health and suicide awareness, with a goal of reducing the suicide rate in the United States. So please head on over to projectsemicolon.com for more information there. As a suicide survivor, somebody who's been dealing with mental health issues my entire life, I'm with you, and I want to support anybody who has mental health problems, anybody who needs some help. They are not equipped for they're not a crisis center, but if you do feel that you are in a situation where you feel like that you want to end it all and you feel that suicide is the answer, please reach out to the Suicide Prevention Lifeline. If you're here in the United States, it's 1-800-273-TALK, 1-800-273-8255. It is something that is near and dear to my heart, and it is something that if we can just help one person with that, then it's a job well done. And unfortunately, in this country, the demographic that is the largest population that of mental illness issues and ending their life via suicide are males age 18 to 35. All of us who play old school Magic, well, not all of us, but most of us are guys, and we've been in that age group, and there are a lot of people who have been, had some mental health issues, and they have, needed some help. In growing up in the 80s and 90s, it wasn't a good time for that. You were told to man up, or,
Yes.
you're supposed to suppress your feelings and whatnot.
Yeah,
So Stephen is very passionate about the Semicolon project as well. Yes, LeBrooks, he is, and so is she, and it is definitely something that I am passionate about. The Semicolon, you'll see that some people will get it tattooed on their inner wrist. I created the Semicolon in the style of Super Mario Brothers, and that is what I will be getting tattooed on my wrist at some point in time in the future, once the pandemic is done and over with. Who knows what is going to happen with that. So with all that, thank you all very much for joining the stream tonight. I definitely appreciate it. And
Thanks,
one last
everybody.
thing, if you could just stick around for the raid, I would appreciate it, and so would the other streamer. And with all that, I will see you guys tomorrow. So thank you very much. Thanks, Drew. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
everybody in chat.
See you
All
next
right.
time.
Yeah, we will see you next time.
Let's get this party started.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Paladin Plus. Beautiful games and one shining moment. This is Defenders, Investigators, and
Seven strangers taking the world.